Hey everybody, it's Judy Klock, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Middletown, Virginia. And today I'm here to talk to you about coordinating packaging. From gift bags to gift tags to a card, you can do it all with our products. So on Tuesday at my lesson at lunch, I showed you how to make a really cute bag topper to dress up like those plain bags that you can buy in bulk at craft stores, on Amazon, wherever you shop. If you didn't have a chance to watch that, go back and catch my video from Tuesday, and I think you'll be really surprised how quick and easy it is to dress up a bag. This little bag topper kind of negates the need for tissue paper, fancy bags, because sometimes, fancy bags are great. They can be a little pricey. These plain bags you can buy them fairly inexpensively and just dress them up with a little topper. But today, let me move my camera because I always forget. Let me swap. There we go. So today, we're here to talk about some coordinating packaging. So my samples, I did use the Christmas Shining paper, which I know is no longer available. So for my live demo, I'm going to use the Berry Christmas, which I think is still available. At least it was this morning. So here we've got a pretty easy little gift card. We're just using our thick basic white for the card base, and then we're decorating it with some designer series paper and coordinating cardstock and a little bit of stamping. And then we're going to make a gift bag. This is made from two 12-inch by 12 inches pieces of paper. We've got a pretty little coordinating gift tag here. So you can see how you can really just make a complete package set to use for your holiday season. So we've got, like I said, our little gift bag here, our little tag, and a matching card, just by using the same designer series paper and kind of adding those little pieces and having similar stamps on the card and the tag. So it's really easy to do. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we want to do is we want to pick out two pieces of 12 by 12 paper. And I have picked out from Berry Christmas, I have picked out the snowflake, and it's got the bear paw prints on the back. So I'm going to score this at 3 inches. Okay, now remember, when you're working with designer series paper, you don't have to press very hard because you might rip it. It's not quite as thick as our cardstock. And I'm going to score it at 9 inches. Okay. Then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees to the right. So I'm going to flip it this way. And again, I'm going to score it at 3 inches. And this will be the bottom of my bag. And then I'm going to score it at 11 inches. So we're just going to have like a little 1-inch kind of flap. Okay. And that's all we're going to do for that. So now we got a little bit of cutting and scoring to do. So once you have each of your pieces, go ahead and fold it along all the score lines. Now this little 1-inch flap, you want to fold it so that the inside of the bag is actually on the outside. Okay, and then we're going to similarly just kind of fold all of these score lines. I have my bone folder somewhere. Okay, I'm going to get those nice crisp edges on your fold. So make sure you use your bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, alternately a clear block will do. I'm going to open it out. I'm going to press along that edge. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it so that my top of the bag is at the top. And now I want to cut the score lines from the bottom edge up to that 3-inch horizontal score line. Okay. That was going to give us the flaps that we will need to form the bottom of our bag. So I'm just going to trim these. Okay. And now for this little one here, right, this little flap here, I'm going to what I call miter the corner. I'm going to just kind of cut off a little bit of a triangle piece here, and that will just allow it to lay without a lot of bulk when we close it up. Okay. So let's go here. Do the same thing on the other side. Cut up to that 3-inch horizontal score line, and we're going to, again, miter this little corner. Okay. Now, what we want to do is I'm going to flip this over so that you see the inside. The first thing I want to do before I do that is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal, and it works better if you actually take off the cover and put that here and press that down. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over. Right, I'm going to take my two end flaps. I'm going to fold them up because this is where I want to put the liquid glue on here, right? So I can create that bag, the bottom of that bag. Okay, I'm going to do it on each side. Okay, all right. And I'm going to fold this in and stick it so that the edges are even. I'm going to do one side, then the other. I'm just going to hold this in place just for a bit, right? Because we know our liquid glue sets pretty quickly. All right, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. Making sure those edges are even. Okay. Sometimes it helps if you just kind of open it like that and press down. All right, so I'm just going to pinch these a little bit close. Now, that's one half of my bag, right? I have another half of my bag here. So what we're going to do is now we're going to fit these two halves together like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to add, before I do that, I'm going to add some liquid glue to the bottom and to the sides of the piece that's going on the inside. Okay, so this piece is going to fit on the inside of my bag. Okay, so I'm going to add my glue here to the bottom. Okay, and it's like the bottom outside. Let me see if I can raise that up just a bit. A little more room to work with. All right. Okay, there we go. We got that. And then we've got this. So even though I'm using different paper than I used for my samples, and samples I use Shining Christmas. And here, what the heck just happened? Why did that switch back on me? I don't know why that did that. Sometimes the computers are just, they have a mind of their own. They do things that we just don't even know. Okay. So now I'm going to take this carefully and slide this inside. Okay. Now, this is where, oh, I got a little bit of glue on there. Sorry. Yeah. This is where it's good if you have a ruler or something, just kind of help tap down that bottom. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of hold these two pieces here. Okay. Again, kind of just push down on each side, put your hand in there, just kind of push down on each side, flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. It just helps ensure that you get good adhesion. Okay, so there's our bag. Now we're not quite done yet. We want to add some handles. So I'm going to kind of just close it like that. I'm going to take my hole punch. I think I can go through two at once. Okay. We're going to add some holes. Okay, so now I've got my holes in there. I'm going to take, I have some Night of Navy bordered ribbon. Okay, let's see, how much do I want? Okay, that looks like a pretty good amount. We're going to cut two of these. All right. Let's just cut two of these. Okay. So now I'm going to add kind of a knot here, but I'm also going to use some tape, just some regular cellophane tape to kind of hold that inside my bag. So I'm going to feed this through, right? And the handles are optional. You don't have to do the handles if you don't want. I just kind of think they're fun to do. Plus I've kind of got tons of ribbon. So I'm just going to kind of tape this. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll show you in a minute. So I just kind of took some tape and I just kind of taped that end of the ribbon down. And I'm going to just feed it through here, right? And we're going to just tie another little knot on this end, and then we're just going to tape that down. And we're going to repeat that on both sides. Okay. So it's going to take a little bit of time. Has everybody started their Christmas shopping yet? Who is the hardest person on your list to buy for? I asked that question on my Facebook page, and it seems that the hardest people so far seems to be the men in our lives, whether it's our husbands, our sons, our son-in-laws, our fathers. And I'm kind of like, why is that? Why are these guys so hard to shop for? And a lot of people are saying, well, they don't tell me what they want. Fair, that's hard. Or, they have everything, so I don't know what to get them. Well, I'm in the same boat because my son's kind of hard to shop for. He doesn't really tell me what he wants. So I usually just end up giving him cash, which, as my dad said, is always the right size and right color, but it doesn't seem very exciting. Last year, what I did was I went on to Canva. It's like a graphics design program. And I took a picture of my husband dressed as Santa and me with him. And I kind of put that in this, got like a funny picture of a dollar bill, and I put our picture in the middle of it, and I just printed up that and put those in a box and gave it to my son so that he knew he was getting cash. But it was at least fun. It was something fun for him to open. It was silly, but got to do something, a little bit of something to make it fun. So anyway, that was one idea. But what ideas do you have for the hard to buy people on your gift list? Share in the comments. Let us know what you do for those hard to shop for folks. Okay, so now our bag is ready, right? Let's make a cute little tag to go with that. So I have here a piece of basic white. It's 2 inches wide. It's 4 inches long. I've got, if you can sense a theme, we got a theme going here. I'm going to take our little snowflake tag topper. Okay, we're going to punch that out. Isn't that cute? Easy peasy. I got a little piece of our matching designer series paper. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. This thing's like kind of rambly. It's not really on right. All right. Okay, let's add that. Okay, let's add, I don't even know what I was thinking. That is nowhere near even. Ay. Some days, folks, some days it's just harder than others to get it together. All right, there we go. Now let's stamp a little to from. And I like a big one, so sometimes they're a little small. So I found this in one of my paper pumpkin stamp sets. I couldn't even tell you what year it was from, but I've had it for a while. So I'm just going to go stamp a to from. All right, and then I've got a little bit of a snowflake here. And I know we have the snowflake on the top, but let's going to stamp off because I don't want it to be so dark. And let's stamp a little snowflake there. And maybe another piece of one there. Okay, so now we've got a pretty little gift tag that's going to match our bag. So I do like that. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to add, again, some of our Night of Navy bordered ribbon. Okay, let's just put this through. Gotta feed that through there. Okay, this is kind of easy. Now, I kind of want it to go right in the middle, and maybe this is too thick. Maybe I'll end up using twine. I think I'll actually end up using some twine. That's going to be a little bit too thick. Where is some twine? Here we go. Or some linen thread. This is some linen thread. So let's use a little bit of linen thread here. This I think will be better for our little tag. it'll be thinner. It'll go through our snowflake a little bit better. Okay, this is going to be much better. If you have white baker's twine, that would work too. Linen, I do like our linen thread. It's sort of a neutral, kind of goes with anything and everything. Okay, so we've got that. Now we can just kind of tie this on our bag if we want, right? I'm going to tie this on there. I'm not going to tie it tight because I gotta write who that's to and from is for. All right, let's go ahead and make our card. So now we've got our basic white base. Okay, let me give it a good, nice press with my bone folder. Okay, so on the inside, I'm going to stamp. This is from our Brightest Glow, and it says, "Hoping your Christmas shines bright with the love of family and friends." So we're going to go ahead and do that. And this is just a standard 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 card base. Now I want to add, I'm keeping with our whole snowflake theme. So I'm going to add some snowflakes in a random pattern just on my card front. And I've got some big ones. I've got some small ones. Okay, I'm going to stamp some off, stamp some on. Let me get our bigger snowflake. I'm going to introduce our Balmy Blue because we have Balmy Blue, Night of Navy. There is some Misty Moonlight. I don't know if necessarily this particular pattern that I've chosen has Misty Moonlight in it. But we're going to see what we can do. Okay. And maybe one more there. And I'm not really worried about the middle because we're going to have some other decorative elements there. All right. Okay, there we go. So now I've just added some snowflakes. Okay, just to have a little bit to kind of coordinate everything with what we're doing with our snowflakes. So we've got our card. Now let's go ahead and layer this up. So I have a piece of Night of Navy that's 2 inches by 5.5. I have a piece of Balmy Blue that is 1 3/4 of an inch by 5.5. We're going to layer those 2 pieces up. Okay, trying to make sure they're somewhat even. Okay, then I've got a piece of our Berry Christmas Designer Series paper that is 1.5 by 5.5. And we're going to put that on top. All right, and it looks like I have a little tiny bit to trim off. I'm just going to take our paper snips and trim that off. All right, and now we're going to put this here and see how that's going to cover up that center strip. So maybe I'll put like another little piece of our navy blue snowflake there. But again, that's up to you how you want to do it. And then you can go back and we could add some bling. I could get some rhinestones out and add some rhinestones. I could really just go completely crazy with this. Let me add one more little snowflake right there. I feel like that's kind of a bare spot. All right. And there you have our coordinating gift packaging. So you could also take, if you have it, this paper and put it on the flap of your envelope. You could stamp some snowflakes on the flap of your envelope. Let's go ahead and do that. I have a pack of open envelopes here. So let's go ahead and decorate our envelope too. So I'm going to open this up, right? We're going to add maybe a little snowflake to the front, because why not? Let's add a little snowflake to the front. And then let's add some snowflakes to the back because I don't think I have another piece of that matching paper. So if you don't have matching paper, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to go ahead and add some snowflakes to the back of our envelope, right? And that is how we will match our card, our envelope, our gift tag, and all of that good stuff. Now, I don't want to get it on the front of my envelope, so I'm going to kind of close it up. Put one more there. And there we have all of the pieces of our gift packaging that match. We've got our card, we've got our envelope, we've got our snowflake gift tag, and we've got our snowflake gift bag. So now you are ready for the holidays and to give someone a completely coordinated gift set. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks so much for joining me. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would be so grateful if you would. And if you would like to sign up for my mailing list, there will be a link below. Just go ahead and click on that. I send out at least one email a week with tutorials and tips and tricks and information about upcoming promotions and classes and workshops. So I hope you'll join us. And when you do sign up, I'll send you my free Sketch Designs ebook with 6 sketch designs with measurements in both imperial and metric. And that's it for me, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.